This video is for hunters to assist them with determining the sex of a black bear while hunting.
If you are new to bear hunting, the more bears you observe in the field, the better you will be at judging the sex of the bear you're observing. Every encounter is an opportunity to learn. If you have the chance to observe a female or younger bear in the wild, take the time to watch their behavior, movements, and body features. This will help you on future hunts. Seeing a bear is an exciting moment, and even a small bear may appear big at first. Let your nerves relax and take a moment to get a good look. If you're judging a bear at a distance or on a hillside, look for landscape features that can help you determine the size of the bear.
Female black bears drive population growth rates, as one male may mate with many females. Females rarely disperse from the area that they were born, often remaining within or next to their mother's home range. The first tip for identification is to look for tracks. This can be especially helpful in areas with mud or dusty trails. If you're in higher elevations, you may see tracks in snow. Adult female tracks and juvenile tracks measure 4.5 inches across or less, while adult male tracks measure 4.5 inches across or greater. Bear home ranges tend to overlap, so unless you're actively tracking the bear, tracks you see may not be the same bear you harvest. Male bears' home ranges may overlap several adult female bear home ranges. Many landscapes in Washington may not provide conditions necessary for tracking, so you should consider this tip along with some of the others we will mention in this video.
The next tip is to look for differences in body size and shape. Adult male black bears average 225 pounds, but can be anywhere from 170 to over 300 pounds. They also have larger, broader noses and heads, and males tend to carry more weight towards their neck and shoulders. Male bears have more blocky heads, and older adult bears will have smaller-looking ears. Their ears will appear small and set wide apart compared to the rest of their head. Adult female black bears average 130 to 170 pounds, and their heads and noses appear more narrow. Females and younger bears' ears will appear larger and closer together in comparison to the head. They may also have a more tapered-looking muzzle. Females tend to have more of a pear-shaped body with a leaner and smaller front end and a large back end.
If the bear has a broad triangle from the two ears to the nose, it's typically a male. A narrow triangle from across the ears to the nose is typically a female or a younger bear.
The third tip is to look at group size. Offspring stay with their mother for about 1.5 years. Females may nurse their cubs through the summer and will have enlarged teats, but it's not always easily identifiable. Females may leave their cubs to forage, so they're not always with her. Cubs may also retreat up trees and be difficult to observe. For this reason, be sure to take your time and look for any and all identification characteristics mentioned in this video and survey the surrounding area for signs of offspring. The fourth tip is to observe a bear's behavior. Females with offspring are more alert and may turn their heads more, looking behind or around them, and move with more hesitancy to watch for offspring. Younger bears are typically more skittish and apprehensive than adult males. Adult males will make deliberate movements, while an older male will be in no hurry as he has few things to worry about. While you're observing the bear to identify their sex and size, you may see them urinate. Female bears will urinate toward and near the rear of their body, while males will urinate beneath and toward the front of their body between their legs. The fifth tip includes things to look for when glassing. Using binoculars can be helpful on a hunt, particularly in more open habitat. Some landscapes in Washington are thickly vegetated, and binoculars may be less helpful. If you're glassing across a canyon or in a clear cut, you may need to look in front of and behind the bear, as well as in any nearby trees, to observe cubs of the year or yearlings. Pause, take a moment, and be sure you have a lone bear. Harvesting a bear is very different than harvesting a deer or many other wildlife species. Bears have a lot of mass in the upper body, so to avoid wounding a bear, it's best to aim for the vital organs when the bear moves its front foot forward, exposing the area just behind the foreleg. Never shoot a bear in the shoulder, assuming the bullet will penetrate the shoulder. You're less likely to have a successful harvest.
Washington is home to both black bears and grizzly bears. It is illegal to hunt for grizzly bear in Washington, and it is your responsibility to be able to identify the difference between a black bear and a grizzly bear in the field. Washington bear hunters are required to successfully complete the WDFW Bear Identification Test or an equivalent test from another state to hunt black bears in certain Washington game management units.
If you have questions on how to identify black bears in the field, you can contact the Wildlife Program.